In June of 1997, 31 women delegates from 27 countries came to Eugene, Oregon, USA, to give a face, name, and voice to women with disabilities. They were here for the first International Women's Institute on Leadership and Disability, a 2-week program hosted by Mobility International USA.
That's nice, okay. Right, Susie.
That's how you say Euphrasia in sign language.
Euphrasia?
Yes, that's her name. Good.
It's a pretty name, huh? We are from Thailand.
MIUSA has been doing leadership training for 15 years, and we've always had both men and women with disabilities. But when we organized 250 women with disabilities to go to Beijing, there was such incredible energy to have all these women together and all these issues that we needed to talk about. So after the symposium of 250 women with disabilities from around the world, we decided that as a follow-up to Beijing that we would organize a Women's Institute on Leadership and Disability so that women from all over the world would have a chance to come together to talk about the issues, to talk about their strategies, and to make a difference as women and as women with disabilities.
I think that the issues for disabled women are really varied. They have all of the issues facing them that women have, and they have all the issues facing them that disabled people have. And then when you put those two pieces together, you get an intersecting set of problems that don't exist anyplace else.
We as women with disabilities face many issues. We have a higher incidence of violence against us compared to non-disabled women. We have a higher incidence of sexual abuse compared to non-disabled women. We also have less chance of having appropriate health care provided for us. These are just some of the issues that women with disabilities face. They also face double discrimination in the areas of employment, in education, where they're discriminated once because they're women and then a second time because they're persons with disabilities.
Women around the world with disabilities have a lot of the same issues. We are all concerned about being parents, being effective parents. We're all concerned about being a productive part of society. We are also concerned with establishing the foundation for our daughters, not only our sons too, but more important, our daughters, so that our daughters can have a lot more advantages than we had.
I think that there's a tendency for us to think that we should just wait for the Women's Commission to decide to do disabled women's work or somebody else to do it, and that the reality is that there is no one else, and that the women who have come here are women that know that we have women who have said, you know, I wish there was a lot of money, I wish somebody else was doing this work, but nobody else is doing it, so I will do it. And I, as a community of one, will be that voice, will be that candle in the dark that will start this movement, and I will trust that I'm important enough to get something started.
As we are all disability activists, we have gone through problems in society, in our community, in our workplace, even with our fellow disabled men. So what we have learned, and what I have learned so far, is to be strong when I go home, and not to allow any man to demoralize me. I've learned to be a strong leader.
The work that we're doing here is not just for disabled women and disabled girls, it's for the world. You know, that if we have accessible places, then that means it's accessible for everyone, whether they're poor or whether they have, they're old, or whether they have children. It's like the work that we're doing will have a ripple for all people.
I think it's very important that women with disabilities get their own movement, because I think it has been long that women without disabilities have been engaged in empowerment and education and so on, but they have not been including us in their programs. And at the same time, the men with disabilities have also behaved the same. They have overlooked the issues of women with disabilities. So we feel that it's high time that we come together and we look at the problems we face as women with disabilities. We are tired of being spectators of others doing development work. We should now come in and look at our problems, and we forge the solutions to our problems.
I've liked that teamwork. See, like when we went camping, everybody was useful. We made our own tents. We made our own food, and we were there washing the dishes and doing everything together. There was no room for loneliness. There was no room for individualism. We came together as a team, and that is what we should do, internationally.
With the outdoor challenges, what we're really doing is facing our fears. We're pushing up against that notion of predictability and safety and taking risks. And whether or not you're doing this individually, like in the Ropes Challenge course, doing something you didn't think you were able to do, or experiencing something as a team, a group effort, like in river rafting, the result is a sense of victory.
Any woman with a disability should look within herself, and whenever anybody tells you no, you can't do something, use the word no as a yes. And if you have to crawl, if you have to stand on your head to move, do it. Because if you sit still, the world's going to pass you by.
Make noise, okay? Speak with your voice. I mean, women should be able to speak on their issues. They should be able to speak on what they need.
I want the world to know that women with disabilities are people to begin with. And they are very strong women and very intelligent. So nobody should look at us like we are second-rate citizens or we are a lesser group. In some communities they call us disadvantaged. In others they call us less fortunate. And in my country they call us asiyejiweza. That is somebody who cannot help herself. Now I know we can help ourselves, so the world should have a positive attitude towards us. We are strong, we are people, and we matter.
I think my message is for the government to watch out. We are together, we are lobbying for our rights, and we will be watching every move, and we will also be holding them accountable for the promises they do make and never fulfill, and certainly for the issues which affect women with disabilities, so we can create a world which recognizes us as women first, and then look at our abilities, which are tremendous, I believe.
Disabled women for a long time have been deprived of their rights. That's why it is very important for us to fight for our rights.
It's about transformation. It's about whenever I feel discouraged about what's going on in my life, I look at the women here and I feel like, oh, I am not alone. Someone is sharing this struggle with me. That these kinds of moments really change our lives.
I've learned a lot, and I think I'm a changed person now.
If we are know each other, we can love each other.
To order the resource book, Loud, Proud, and Passionate, including women with disabilities in international development programs, or to order this video, or for more information about leadership programs, contact Mobility International USA by phone at 1-541-343-1284, voice TDD, by fax at 1-541-343-6812, by email at info@miusa.org, or on the World Wide Web at www.miusa.org.
I'm proud to be what I am. Yes.